Boebert's DOGE, DOT to halt funding for Colorado's Front Range passenger train. Colorado's Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert is asking DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, and the federal government to pull funding for a passenger rail project along the Front Range. In a letter to DOGE and the Department of Transportation, Boebert asked that the federal government review and evaluate support for the project, and until they come to a conclusion, stop the funding entirely. In the letter, Boebert called the project a waste of taxpayer dollars and a threat to private property rights. In October, the state received more than $66 million in federal funding to improve rail transportation and safety infrastructure in the state, including for freight rail lines that the state eventually hopes to repurpose for passenger routes. It's a jumping-off point for the long-promised Front Range passenger train project from Pueblo to Fort Collins. The money was allocated in the Corridor Identification and Development Program, a planning and development program authorized by the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. Also known as the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, the act was passed in 2021. This project is fiscally irresponsible, impractical, and benefits special interests rather than the hardworking people of Colorado, Boebert said in the letter. The Congresswoman suggested expanding roadways instead, calling it a cost-effective and adaptable approach. Last week, federal officials pulled a nearly $64 million grant for a high-speed rail line between Dallas and Houston. Democratic Gov. Jared Polis's office disputes that federal funding has been allocated for the construction of a Front Range rail line since the state is focused on improving and repurposing existing tracks. The federal government has provided less than $2 million for a study that is scheduled to wrap this year, Polis's office said in a statement.